Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I thought I had a growth mindset because
What do you do now?
statistics, record, history.
Check the vision board vlog out.
It's a talker and not taking action. It's not a good way. No, it's not. That's probably the biggest take from this.
I felt a bit cringe, but I did it.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about...
Welcome back to our channel. Oh, that sounds so cringe. I always watch videos that say welcome back to my channel, but we're not doing that, even though I've just done it. Anyway.
Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about growth mindset.
What do you know about growth mindset?
That I didn't have one and I thought I had one.
You know when you hit... Yeah, I've looked into it ages ago. I said to you into that once upon a time I read up on it and didn't quite grasp what it means, what it entails, because...
So what would you class it as then? Would you say it entails?
Growth mindset is very similar to being open-minded, I suppose, developing all the time on yourself and expanding your horizons on opportunities. Get the definition. Should I put a bit of a screenshot definition at the bottom of the actual book?
I suppose it's also what you think of it. That's why we're doing a video, isn't it? So what I'd say for me was I thought I had a growth mindset because of certain things I've done and certain things I've looked into and whatever else. But I realised in certain parts I had a very much closed mindset where I looked at everything as black and white, or more accurately, right or wrong. So if I didn't see something as completely right, it had to be wrong. And if I saw it as wrong, it couldn't be a little bit right, which I only realised that I did this a couple of months ago.
Because we had a really big conversation. I'm a big deep thinker, aren't I?
Yeah.
I like to get underneath everybody's personalities, don't I?
Yeah.
And what I realised when I used to say stuff to you about growth development, business development, I'd get like a straight no rather than a curious response.
Yeah, because I'd view that as, you'd say whatever I did, I always felt like it wasn't good enough. That you'd always question stuff, and then I'd then take that as, oh, so what I'm doing is not good enough.
What do you do now?
Try and take on board, still working on it. Try and take on board what you're saying and listen as it is for development, and it's not a dig at me to say you should be doing this, you should be doing that.
Yeah.
But I'll also add, you've probably changed your communication skills where you take out certain
My communication style.
So, because how somebody asks you something will also very much determine what sort of response you can get back as well, which is why I'm trying to read, and it's a very, very hard read, the non-violent communication book, which is a hard read.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't find it easy to take in and use. If somebody could read it and then be like, this is brilliant, I can use all of this, my brain doesn't work like that.
Well, my brain is always curious, open-minded, give stuff a go. And I always think, well, I'm a big, strong believer in that if you can be more that curious, growth mindset style, you can achieve weird and wonderful things that you never even thought of. You're not going to go down the traditional route necessarily to start a business. In fact, you may start a business and do a business and do something completely different another time round, because the growth mindset will allow you to do that. If you're fixed, you will just do the same thing, same style, and stay in your same safe place.
Yeah, so
sort of thing.
It's looking at it. So how I'd look at things, I'd look at things from statistics, record, history. Has it worked before? Is it likely to work?
Logical.
So very, very logical, rather than being someone who's going, yeah, what if this and this, and we can do this and this and this. And yeah, so it is probably a negative and safe way that I've got to look at things.
You used to think you were so positive as well.
I can be positive on things that I'm doing, just not when you give me feedback on it.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had to have a big conversation when we went to Dubai, didn't we, last November? I have done a Dubai vlog if you want to watch that. See what I did there. But when we went to Dubai, we talked about our goals and visions. That's nothing new. I'm always talking about the future. And to be fair, you never really say. You're doing more so now, because we've done a vision board. Check the vision board vlog out. But you didn't do that before.
Yeah, but that's because it's hard for me to see a vision when I can't fully believe it's going to happen. So rather than like people say, oh, you should have a goal that's 10 times what you could ever imagine, I'm like, yeah, I can't achieve that. So I'm going to set my goal here or here or here.
Why would you think you can't achieve it though?
Well, it's also trying to think of a goal and whether you actually want to do it. So that's the other thing I've struggled with as well.
It is hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but what we're sharing is our internal, because even though I probably have got that growth mindset style, it still stops me. And my confidence is the problem, not necessarily the growth, because I always think big, and it's my own confidence that can stop things.
Well, there's a lot of different things that will block people achieving what they want to achieve.
Go on then.
So whether that's a growth mindset or actually just not taking action to do it.
Exactly.
And it's easy to talk about something and say you're going to do X, Y, and Z. If you don't do it, you don't do it. You're just a talker and not taking action. Rather than there's a planning stage, I get that. If you want to do something, at some point you need to do it.
So many people are talkers and they just don't do it. I hear it all the time. They actually don't do anything to achieve it either, or they want something enough. Let's say it's losing weight. That's the easy one to come up with right now. But even losing weight, people say they know what to do, they just don't do it.
A lot of people will know what to do. They just don't want to put in the effort or discipline to actually achieve what they want to achieve. So it's all well and good knowing. It's a very big a thing doing it.
Yeah, so you've been looking into growth mindset more so than me, and emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
That is really important as well, especially in business. And I find it so interesting. Read up on emotional intelligence and see if you can understand the concept behind it. I'll get you to do that then. I'm sure we've discussed
I've read up on emotional intelligence. It's not something I haven't looked at. It's just not something I think we've spoke about in the last couple of months.
Oh, right, okay.
Or something that I've been looking at. It's all just been the growth mindset element of things and how to view things. And how to be have to be more curious with things and question things rather than just shutting off the things because it's either not what you want to hear or it's not, or you've heard it before. I've always struggled with that. If you say something to me once and then you're telling me again, I'm like, you told me this already. So it's like being more open just to listen, take on board, see things from somebody else's point of view and why they're saying it, rather than maybe me just going, you're judging me. Why are you saying that when I'm doing this and I've done all of this?
Oh, yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it?
So it's easy to look at, or it's easy for me to see when somebody's giving me feedback, that rather than me take it as feedback, I take it as criticism, which it isn't necessarily criticism when it's trying to make something better. I think as well, though, there's a balance between somebody giving you feedback when you haven't asked for it and when you have asked for it.
You'd never ask for it, though. Most people don't.
No, most people don't ask for feedback because they don't want to hear what the outcome of it is.
So, yeah, and it's hard, isn't it? Because I'm that sort of person, as you know, anyway, but I work with a lot of businesses anyway, so naturally my style is to give some feedback, and I know most of the time people don't ask for it. But I also know that it's going to make something click or something sit better or fit better, and we might not necessarily use that outcome. It's okay to talk about it. I think I like that challenge anyway. Even back to me as well. Have you thought about doing this rather than putting that all on somebody else or whatever? And I'm like, oh, right, yeah, of course. But then I'm not afraid to look stupid. I'm not afraid to look stupid. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself either. That's part of it.
But there must still be elements of fear because there's still certain things that you don't do that you want to do.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. And that is part of the balance is the growth mindset's there for me. Great. It's balancing that confidence to like step it up a level. So, you know, when you've done things for a long time and you've done great things and like we've built the businesses, there's that balance of like stepping it up a notch now and basically changing direction, like massively.
Changing direction or adding more to things? What is it?
Adding more to your plate.
No, but that's another thing. So if I'm questioning something as well, I think, it's more work I need to do. And I think that comes down to as well, when you're thinking smaller and you're trying to grow by, say, 10%, because this is one of the lessons I learned, you're then thinking it's you that need to do it. Whereas if you try and do something 10 times as big, you know straight away it's not something you can do. And that is something you're going to have to get other people to do. And that's harder, I think. It's still getting used to that.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Whereas I'm like, I never think, that's more work for me. I never think like that. And it's never come into my vocabulary. I don't know why though, because most of the time it will be more work for me, but I don't think like that. I always think if you you'd find a way, but you'd have to be sharing and using other people more to get to your goals as well. I think that's what I'm good at, is telling people where I want to go. How do I get there? You can help me, or am I going to end up, otherwise you will end up doing it yourself.
Yeah.
So it's allowing other people into your business, and this is, if this helps anybody else, because we're at the point, that's what we're doing. I am anyway, using more other people to help grow my future cloud accounting business, not trying to figure it all out on my own. This is just a brain dump.
There's lots of lessons that you can learn when it comes to being open-minded. It is being open-minded to other people's opinions and thoughts, and knowing that doesn't mean your opinions and thoughts are wrong, and it is a discussion, but that has to work both ways. Both people have to be open to what you're doing. If one person isn't and the other person is, it doesn't work. And sometimes it is time to go away and reflect and look at things. And certainly for me, it was an eye-opener to realise how I was. And that was like, oh, okay, so I could instantly change some things from knowing, but to change how you've always been, it isn't necessarily a quick process, or it's not a quick process for me. So it's doing things every day, not necessarily learning new things every day, but looking at something every day to focus on it and then be like, oh, okay, this, and reflecting back on stuff as well, I find massively helps.
Oh, no, that's really good, actually. If you want to see what Steve's doing on LinkedIn, because you started LinkedIn years ago when I did, or whenever I did, 6 years ago, was it?
I didn't start when you started it.
Was it like 2021?
I don't know, but
Just Steve came on it, and then he comes on for a bit and comes off it and gets bored. I get it. I think this time, and I think you'll stick with it more.
I enjoy it because I've found a voice that I can talk about something on there. Whereas if I was going on there before and going, oh, I just need to post about what I'm doing today, and I'm going, I feel like I'm doing the same thing that I do each day. It's this bit of work or this bit of work. And I'd find it boring. And then I'd look at what other people are posting, and if I'm honest, I'll go, I find this boring. And then you get a load of messages, people selling you stuff, and I'm like, this is actually rubbish. Whereas now, I've got set answers that I reply to people. So that's short and sweet. It's way quicker. And I've probably got some good replies when people are sales pitchy things at you. And then some of the people that I message is really interesting. I think now I'm posting more about what I find interesting. It's more interesting stuff coming back. And really all I'm doing on there is just posting to help others, but it's helping others in a way where I like talking about business stuff. I enjoy it. I enjoy the number side of things, always have done. So it's being able to talk about that. So some people might find it really boring, but I'd say I'm also talking about stuff that no one else that I've seen talks about it, because people are scared to say, I'm making this money or that money, or this doesn't do anywhere near as what I thought it would, or this doesn't work, or people just like social media, isn't it? People just want to go, this is great, this is all good. Whereas in reality and business,
which is what I show as well,
it's never the case. So I've enjoyed sharing that, or my truth on what we're doing, and no one can argue it because it's what's actually happening.
I think we can talk about on our next one then about the high performance stuff, because we're both quite high achievers, slightly different, obviously different styles. I think that'd be a good topic, because I'd want to hear about this.
Well,
I didn't know
a little
this
insight on that, not too much into it. I think I bought 6 books while I was in Dubai on a similar subject, because I realised I didn't quite know stuff on the subject. So I then have to learn everything about the subject. And that's not
healthy.
That's not a good way. No, it's not a good way of doing things.
And then I dared say, you really need all them books, because then you'd bite at me.
Because I don't know about it, so I want to learn it.
And
What's wrong with me learning?
Yeah.
But I also know.
And I wasn't saying there's anything wrong in learning.
And this is where I still go a little bit all or nothing. I haven't looked at those books since I've then gone, you're doing this and this isn't good. So now I'm not looking at it at all. So I've still got those issues.
You still have.
Where it's all or nothing.
I said that the other day. And the only thing is, what I was going to suggest, what if you went for therapy, for example, they would try and help with that all or nothing mindset, which you probably wouldn't want to change that at the minute, because it feels like, well, it works, it's all right.
Yeah, there's positives and negatives to stuff, like Luke describing his ADHD as a superpower.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's different things, and something that might have got you somewhere you might go, oh, this is great.
Can I just say who Luke
But
is?
I'm kind of going,
You just said who
yeah, my
Luke.
business partner.
Luke is his business partner.
So how Luke is with his head and how I am with my head probably isn't great, but it's got us to where we've got to.
Yeah, it's good.
Will it get us to the next bit? I don't know what the next bit is. Maybe not. I don't know. But if I can be more open-minded to stuff, maybe what's got us here and a bit of extra might help us get to the next bit.
You know what I found? If you both behaviours are similar and challenging and it can become quite stagnant, can't it? There's got to be that one person that's come up with new, fresh ideas. But you may have knocked him back on some of his.
100%. Luke's the ideas person.
Yeah, and then I thought, well, I won't bother then. So, but now and allow yourself to change. This is what I'm going to say to anybody in partnerships, in your personal life. Allow yourself to change, and because you're going to think, well, they know me like then.
That's probably the biggest take from this. It's easy to go, yeah, but that's how I've always been. That's how I've always thought. That's what I've always done. That's how people know me. Yeah. So.
You know what I've just did on a call earlier? They called me Fran. So you won't know this, but I used to call myself Fran. DJ Fran. But only to make other people's lives easier, because I thought Francesca's long-winded. They won't know how to spell it. Blah 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 blah. Realised I prefer Francesca. You started calling me Francesca when we met, and someone called me Fran earlier, and I went, do you mind just calling me Francesca? And I felt a bit cringe, but I did it. Was you there in the room when I said it? Yeah. And I thought, no, it doesn't matter. I'd rather know. And they've done nothing wrong, because I used to call myself Fran. But you're allowed to change and reinvent yourself. And this is probably my third time.
And there'll be a fourth, and there'll probably be a fifth. And that's maybe what makes things interesting.
I get bored. I think if you resonate with any of these points, whether you're in a relationship, in business, and you want to share something, share. We'll talk about our high performance mindset stuff next, and we will expand on the growth mindset. We are warming up into our YouTube content. We will have more structure in time, but we're just brain dumping like a podcast style. So I hope you find it interesting, and follow us on LinkedIn.